Hello everyone, so this is your fourth session of flat drawing, and after today we will move on to the design board part, concept design board part. So you will learn in terms of creating the textile design, creating actually digital images, to create a background or pattern design, those kind of thing. Okay, so we will move on to the more advanced level after these sessions. Okay, so your first drawing will be your coat dress. For this one, we will use offset to draw this stitch line here, and also we will use alignment tool to draw these buttons. Okay, so this is Adobe Illustrator file that I opened. Again, you don't need to create a new file. It's more likely you are adding your drawings to your, flat files. So once we need their files, you can kind of take the drawings from here, and then you can create a new drawings. Okay, so that's going to be work as your flat drawing libraries. Another thing that I wanted to address here is, you don't need to create a new layers whenever you add each flats. Those flats can be one layer together, and then but your template, which is this, should be in the separate layer, so you can kind of separate them to draw your flats. So for coat dress, we will draw only one side, and then we will make to the transfer to the draw the other side. One thing that you need to be careful about this flat drawing is, because it's a coat dress, there should be overlap for the front closure part. So the line that we're gonna start with will be a little bit more than this center line. Okay, so we will start from about here to start the drawing. And also we will draw the main bodies first, and then we will add the lapel color later on to the center line. And then with this alignment, we can make the color up and then the body part back. That way you can hide some lines on the body's line. Okay? And so whenever you draw, it's better that you have no fill and then stroke, only stroke colored. And I will change my line, but for you don't need to. Okay, so I just do that so you can see better, but you don't need to. Okay, so I will start from here. And then I will draw the shoulder line, and then drag, and then click back, and then drag and click back. And then it's kind of fitted silhouette, so I will go around the waist area here, and then click back. So you can remove one darts, click, one leg here, click back, and then click, and then I will come around here. And then, as I told you, because it's the overlap, it's coat, so which means you should go more than center line, coming like here. Okay, and then I will come up all the way here, so there should be about this much overlap here. Enter. And again, I will always do quick drawing, then I will usually do direct selection tool, which is A as a shortcut, and then try to modify the lines. And as this is coat, actually the shoulder should be a little bit more like a drop here, and then my armor, I want it to be a little bit like that, and then do this. Maybe I will move this one to down here, and then I will move up here to make Oops, Control G as undo. Like this, and then, yes. Okay. So, depends on how you move those past legs, like here, you can adjust the curve. Okay. So I like this way better, and I may make the bottom a little bit narrower. Okay, so let's do this. Select with the selection tool. V is a shortcut, V, and then transform, and then reflect and copy, and then move to the other side. And again, there should be a overlap here because it's the quote. There should be an overlap for the cut button, buttons. Especially this is actually double breast shirts. So the quotes that you're going to draw, it should have this much overlap. So now we're gonna draw a color part. And I will change the color, my stroke color to the blue, but you don't need to. I just do that so you can see better. So we will draw the inner line of the color here, so I can have the guideline for the lapel, for the notched part. Enter, and then I will kind of do this. I think I got a little bit higher, but I can change it later. Then about here, and then I want to do my hair a little bit curvier, and then here, and then my lapel, and then here. Okay. With quick drawing, after quick drawing, you may use a tool to modify. Okay. And then I think this is too close. Okay. So after you do this, I will select this and then transform, reflect, copy, and then I will move to the other side. Okay. Then now we will do join later because we wanted to remove these hidden parts here. So do you remember we used the scissor tool after we used the offset tool to hide this, to cut out. So make sure your right side lapel selected, and then scissor tool selected, and then click the overlap part, and then you might need to select this part again to cut here intersection, and then now this one is cut out. Okay, so now we can delete, and then now we can join, or we can do join this part, this part, this part, join. Okay, now let's fill out the inside the color to know where we need to create additional drawings. Okay, so this part, let's select this one, and then do you see this white fill and the black stroke line here? This is actually default fill and stroke. So if you click, then it will automatically fill the colors with white color and then stroke here. Okay. So actually I wanted to kind of hide here. But before we do that, we will create a background back pattern to hide. Oops. P and then through here. Oops. Control G, P, and then do this, and then click back. A. And then actually I can make this one to the backward, send it to arrange, send it to backward. And then to hide. Okay. So now I have this lapel drawn. So we haven't really used the symbols yet, but like the lapel colored here, or the other day we had a string for this parachute. Oops. For the parachute skirts. We had a kind of string. Oops, what's this? You know, so for, or the slider, zipper slider that you do. So whenever you draw certain, you know, details like this one, you can actually make as a symbol. Okay, so we will do that for this. I think I did on group. And then for this one and this one to make as a symbol. So let's go to the window and then open the symbols window here and then move new symbol. We want static symbol. And then for this one, we will actually, you can add this one together too with shift key and then symbol. And then we want static. Okay. Oops. New symbol, static. Okay. So now, for example, how you use a symbol is Control C, Control V. For example, you got beige hoodie, sweatshirt, and then wanted to do the lapels. And then bring this one here. And then, I mean, because it's the different scale, but you know, like what I'm saying, like you can do this one. Transform and arrange and then send it to backward like this. So in a minute, you just created the sweatshirt with the lapel color on it. So this is a kind of symbol that you can kind of save certain, you know, details. And then you can quickly take out, for example, after you select and then bring this one and then here. And then you can maybe add this detail to this one. Okay. So this is the option for the symbol. And then we will try to add as much as possible today. And then if you know, if you think that some of the drawing that you've done so far, for example, I think it's for this hoodie. If you wanted to save those slider for this, you can do that. Okay, so that's how you use those symbols. Anyway, so let's come back where we start for the coat dress. And then, you know, I wanted to delete this line here. So you can use select, and then you can use your scissor tool to disconnect, and then you can make this part shorter. Okay, so I can hide. Okay, then I will add those sleeves and buttons. So P, and then when you draw, it's better that you have no fill and then only stroke colors. And then, oh yeah, we forgot to add this stitch line here. So we can use offset, but there are too many lines here to cut out. So I will actually rather just do P. So somehow, do you remember, you just saw my icons for those tools was kind of disappear because I pressed the cap lock key. So if your icons was, you know, went away, if some, you know, for some designers, they prefer kind of that way. But if you wanted to see which tool you are using, cap lock is like kind of hiding your tools or not hiding. Okay, cap lock, okay. Enter, and then with the A tool I can modify, and then because it's the details line, you might do, after I change to the black, you know, you might change your stroke a little bit thinner, okay, and then actually I like this thinner, and then you can do transform, reflect, and then copy. Oops, need to select again, select, transform, reflect, copy, and then do this, and then with A2 you can make longer. Okay. And then now I will do the sleeve. P. And then, you know, you have to draw armhole again. Enter, and then I need to change my stroke back to the 1 inch, and then I will add those top stitches here, okay, and then for this one you select. Actually, let's do the fill first. Let's do fill, and then change to the black, and then select both together, or you can use shift key, hold your shift key, select two together, And then right click, transform, reflect, copy, and then move to the other side. And then after we add the dot. So for those of you, who have gap here, try to remove those, okay? Try to overlap, kind of overlap. Either you can make this body part a little bit larger, and then, make arrange to go back, So try to not having the gap between armhole, on the armhole line between sleeve and bodies. And then let's do the button. So you can use Alex tool to draw. So once you draw one button, you can do Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, and then we learned how to use arrange tools. Okay, so we will select this together and then align and then make top high, and then this one let's select as a group, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V. If you don't make a group, once you select this together, if you do the arrangement, you will not. You will kind of make everything merged, So you have to make two buttons here, and then you have to group first, I will show you. If you do the ungroup, then if you use align tool, you will put everything together like that, okay? So that's why when you have the space, so I will do these two first, and then try to make it aligned first, and then do the group, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, make a copy, and then move, and then try to select with Shift key hold, and then do this. That way you can make alignment, okay? And then I will add the princess theme. Enter, and there should be no fill. And we want this to front. The color should be front. Oops. So that way, then I need to make this one. Or let's do this way. Let's make this one, send it to orange, send it to, send it back, and then send it, orange, send it back. Oops. What should I do? Or we can draw just separate line. P, enter, key, enter. And then with A line, direct selection tool, modify, then select with Shift key hold together, and then transform, reflect, copy, oops, the what happened was I selected the wrong tool. I should have this selection tool selected, and then transform, reflect, copy, and then need to be moved to the other side. Okay, so now the coat dress is done. Okay, so now we will draw this duffel coat, and as you see, after we put these toggle buttons, we will save as symbols. And if you wanted to save this hood as a symbol, you can do that. Okay, so whenever you create a detail that you think like these buttons or this toggle buttons or this hood, the symbol that you're gonna use a lot, then you may save to the symbols. That way, in the future, you don't need to create a star again, but you can just take out from the symbols and then maybe adjust. Okay? So make sure you saved as you group this one before you put away. Okay? And then let's create a duffel coat. And then again, it's better that you have no fill and then only stroke colors. And then we will draw the main bodies. Cap lock if you lose your tools icon somehow. And then I will do a little bit here, then here, and because it's the coat, I will go actually over. Okay, for the closure, I went a little bit less, because the other one was double breast, and then this one is single breast. So you may do less overlap than the other one. Oops. And then, we talked about the symbols, so if you wanted to make these bodies as a two symbol, you can do that. So you can save time to draw the bodies. Okay? Because it's coat, I make a lot of space between arms and then shoulders here. So, okay. And then I will do this with selection tool and right click, transform, reflect, copy. Ooh, what did I do? Copy. And then, so the coat that we drew previously was woman's coat. So the, left side was, not this left side, from the wearer parts, from the viewpoint, this side is up, this side is down, this side is up. But because it's the men's coat, duffel coat, this side should be up. Okay, so I will do arrange and then bring to front, even though I put the copied one here. Okay, so once you do the fill, your right side should be up, left side down is down. And then we will do a little bit of adjustment here because we want one side is slightly shorter. Okay, so if you wanted to save this one as a symbol, you can do that. So you can kind of copy this one and then symbol and then static symbol, and then in the future you may kind of start with like this to draw a quote design. Okay, so symbol, and then we will actually draw a hood here today first. So P, and then again, when you draw, it's better that no fill. Okay, and then I will start a little bit here, and then going around. Going around here, and then here, like this. Okay, and then with the A tool again, I will modify. Okay, and then I will do right click and then transform, reflect. Oops, I need to select with this selection tool. Okay, right click, transform, reflect, copy, and then move. And then actually I will do the join here. Join. Okay. So you have options. You can actually do the offset to draw. Or if you do the offset, you might need to use scissors and then, delete the unnecessary part. So I will actually show you another way. Control C, Control V. So it had the copy. And then maybe reduce a little bit of the size. I may reduce a little bit more. Then, because it's kind of irregular, I may do with A tool, direct selection tool, and then modify inner lines here. Like that. Okay, so I just show you another way to create a copy, and then Control C, Control V, and then select the whole thing, Control C, Control V, and then make a little bit bigger to create some stitches. Okay. And then I think you need to make this one to the front, otherwise after you fill, everything will be hidden. So this one, let's do the fill. And this one, we will use actually gradient tool to fill the gradient. So you can actually use this gradient fill in the middle of the bottom, or you can, let's make sure I select this one. Select this one and then have the fill up here. Okay, and then you may fill the one any color, and then select the gradient tool, and you can make a right side darker or left side, so you can kind of adjust here, right? And then I showed you, you can make a little bit darker gray rather than just black. and then here. So that's how you adjust. And then I will do the line color black. And then actually we lost the inner line here, so I will just make a range, send it to back. So I will get my lines here. And then I will, so if you wanted to keep this one as a symbol, you can add to that one to the symbol, P. And then I will add the middle line, enter. And doesn't need to have a fill. And this should be up. So, oops. I think it's kind of combined. Enter A. Shift key to make it straight. And then you can do, I will use P to draw this. Oops. I should zoom in my messy drawing. And then minus key to delete this one, okay? And then A. Actually, I shouldn't delete that one. I should delete this one. Minus on the keyboard, and then this, and then A to move. Like this. And then I will add those buttons with the rectangular to the rectangle. And then we draw a rectangle. And then actually I did a fill. I just keep the fill because I want this one to be filled too. And then, you know, whenever you add anchor, you can use plus sign on the keyboard, and then I will click middle, middle. So there's additional anchor point that you can adjust here. And then P, actually you can use Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then make it smaller. And then I will actually reduce the weight, the stroke weight to quarter. And then you can use a scissor tool to remove this. So you can take this one, oops, ESC, escape, delete. And then I will add ellipse tool to draw a button. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then do. And then if you wanted to make sure two are same, and then align, and then you can do this. Okay. Then you may do the group, and if you think this one will be used again, you may add to the symbol, static symbol, and then you can take it out later when it's needed. Okay, okay, and then we will put this one here. And then we will actually put the toggle buttons. We're gonna create a toggle button together. So we will toggle the button. I mean, I zoomed in, so the rectangular shape or the other shape that you're gonna create will be, you know, the relative size. So you need to make sure, you know, the size wise. Okay, so we will draw use the rectangle tool, and then do Control C, Control V. Yes, and then I will make sure that kind of the same location, and then I will actually use Alice tool to draw, you know, the string, and then with plus on the keyboard you can add 4 points, and then you may adjust like this, so it's a string. Control C, Control V. So I will actually, with the selection tool, you can overlap. Actually, it's a little bigger, so I will actually reduce the size and then make elongate. Okay, and then make sure I have the fill option here, so as you draw the another object, it keep hiding the lines behind. Okay, so I will do this, transform, reflect, copy, so it's on top of the each other. And then I'm kind of debating whether I should use the rectangle tool to draw the toggle part. Okay, so we actually draw like this, and then with A, no, actually let's do the anchor point tool to make everything kind of circular. And then with the A tool, I may zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so when you draw the, and then I will put this one all the way up. I will put this one all the way up. That way, I will put this shorter. Right, so I got this shape, and then with the little ellipse tool, I will put, actually I can do that later. I will bring this one, and then put this one here, and then I will put a rotate. And then I will put a small circle here as a, oops. I want to rotate. Then okay, I want to do copy and paste, and then copied one, oops, moved about here. Okay, so it's my toggle button, and I will do the group, and then I'll put them in the symbols. So once I need it, I can take it back. Okay. So what you need to do now is you will create a rectangular shape in the middle. Here. And then I want the actually weight is an inch, and then Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copied one. I want small, thinner, and also smaller a little bit. Okay, copy and paste, and then use this. Oops. And this should do front, and then just do Ctrl C, Ctrl B, Ctrl B, and don't worry about the distance. We can use alignment tool. Actually, my rectangular is just too big. This should be somewhere here. So I put my toggle lock here. I toggle the button here. And then you can select with the hold your shift key, select this. And then you can put the center aligned, and then put the same distance. Okay. And then we still need to have the sleeve, and then the shoulder yoke here, and then pocket. But I think you can do that by yourself since we have a long way to go. And then we will draw this polo coat, okay, twin town coat. And to draw this one, we will actually start from the beginning. We will copy the coat dress that you draw today, and then copy and paste, and then we will modify lines. So I will do the copy and paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then got this one done. Okay. Ctrl plus for the zoom in, and because it's a men's coat and it's oversized a little bit, let's make a little bit bigger, a little bit slightly bigger in terms of the size. And then you might do the ungroup, so you can delete some unnecessary detail for the coat. And for the polo coat that we're gonna draw has the waistband detail. And also this is the shirt dress that we draw is the woman's one, so this side is up, but the one that we're gonna draw should be this side up. So we will, let's make sure I select whole thing. Do the transform, and this time when you reflect, do not copy, but we will do the just reflect. So we can make this side is up, okay? And we will make this waistline has a little bit more, shape here. So with the plus on the keyboard, we will add some points here, and with A, we're gonna make a shape like this. And then with the plus, I think I added it. Yeah. Like this. And then I will need to plus one more time here. And then here. So I added the 2 points. I may need to zoom in. This was the one that I, here, okay. And then like this. So I can put the belt shape, waistband here, like this. Here, okay. And then I may do the other side. So plus on the keyboard, I will hit 2. Oops. I added 1, 2, and then with A, you need to move your second added point to modify. Okay. So I can add the waistband here, and then I can add more buttons here, and then the actually sleeve A should be wider. And actually I will delete V, delete this one, and then A I will make wider and then shorter, and then I will add cuffs. Wider. Enter. Not the enter. And then I will, sorry. I will add P. Oops. P. And then I will come back. And then I will usually zoom in, A, modify. Okay, and then I will add one more line in the here, and I need to make sure this is no fill, and then enter, and then maybe a little bit thinner, and then after that you can do, actually let's delete this one first. And then select this, transform, reflect, copy, and then move to the other side. Then let's create a belt shape. P. enter, enter, enter. Usually I will come here, enter, come back here. Let's see whether I need to connect, enter. And then if you think two things are separated, you can do join, so it comes together, and then I will do the fill. That way you can hide the line behind. Oops. I think it's not the right one. Okay, and then you may P to draw the upper color, upper waistband here. Like this, enter, and then I may do one more here, enter, and then I will do this one goes arrange, send backward, so this is up, and then you can add layer lines, additional lines. Okay, so we still needed to draw these pockets, and then added more buttons, but I think you can do that. Okay, and then this is your assignment. So this is a sailor pants, has very wide silhouette, and then button details for the front one. Okay, so the file that you will submit should have these 4 drawings here. Okay, and then due is going to be Tuesday midnight. Okay, so that's all for today, and then again Wednesday we will have a Zoom meeting and attendance is required. Okay, see ya.